Hello everyone. Once again I am back with a new tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to create a cute little bunny, the reference of which I have found on internet. A big thank you to all of you who are watching my videos and who are supporting me, commenting on the videos. That is really motivating for me. Thank you so much. This video is recorded in real time and only the repeated steps are fast forwarded. If it is slow for you, you can fast forward the video by going on to the YouTube playback speed option. There is something special ahead in this video. Make sure to watch this video till the last. Let's begin with the sculpting of this character. So as you all know that I first open up the ZBrush and the usual process is there. You can see through my other videos. Like I just go straight into the ZBrush, then with the comma key I turn off the lightbox, then same thing, drag a sphere on the canvas and go to the edit mode by T button and change the material. I prefer using a madcap gray material. So I have changed the material into a madcap gray. Then the usual process is there. The most important thing is you have to make it a Polymesh 3D. So Polymesh 3D. Then after that you can choose any brush. The shortcut is B key on the keyboard, or you can go to the brush icon, then S key for increasing and decreasing the draw size. The normal things are there, which you might be familiar with if you have watched my other videos. I don't know the reason that why I use madcap gray, or why most of the ZBrush artists use madcap gray material as their as they start sculpting. If you know that what is the exact reason that people prefer using gray madcap materials, gray materials basically, for starting their sculpting or while modeling, you can comment me in the comment box. I have appended a new sphere and I'm modifying that sphere into the body of the bunny. My reference is there and I am always following my reference while sculpting this character, because reference are very important, and while you are sculpting or you are making any concept, you have to have a reference sheet, or you have to have a reference for sculpting the proper character if you are going with the proper pipeline. After the body part, I am appending a new cylinder primitive for the legs. Basically, I am blocking out the whole body shape of the bunny, because blocking out is also a very important step in creating any model. So here I have uses the subtool master to mirror the legs. Subtool master is in Z plugin menu. Similarly, I have appended a cylinder for the hands. I am using gizmo for moving the cylinder and for placing the cylinder. You can access the gizmo by pressing W key. I am appending a sphere for the tail of the bunny. The same process is there. Blocking is going on. I'm blocking each and every major part, major shape of the character, because that is very important we can refine it further, but if there is no proper shapes or no proper forms of the model, then it will be a very difficult task to finalize the model or to get the details on the model. So start with the blocking stage. Blocking is important. Make sure to do the blocking of your model every time you start the modeling process. Then after that, keep refining the shapes and forms of the model. I have appended a sphere for the ears. As you all know, bunny ears are long, and there are many ways by which you can create a certain shape. I prefer to use the simplest. I think it will be the longest process, but it's very easy to understand. Just select any primitive and start sculpting. There is no need to go into the deformers, go into the various types of tricks which you can use for creating your models in ZBrush. This is the Z sub sculpting. Using clay builder brush with holding the alt key, it will sculpt inward, so I'm using that option. As you can see that while moving the ear there was some issue. That issue was because of the symmetry activated. I have sculpted the ear with symmetry activated, but if I am moving it to a side, then that symmetry option is creating a problem. So I just turned off the symmetry and moved the ear to a side. Then with the subtool master mirror button, you will get a pop-up in which you can choose that you want to append the subtool in the same tool or you want a different subtool. So I have used, in this case I have used a different subtool option. So as you can see that the both ears are in different subtools. You can see in the subtool menu. I am again appending this sphere for the eye, blocking out the shapes, basic forms, and the basic position of ears, hands and eyes will make you more comfortable to go on to the next stage. To keep refining it and keep going on to a particular thing like face, you can then go to the face, then you can refine it, then you can go to the body, then refine it. Like in this case I have sculpted the ear up to 70% I think. Then after that I moved towards the face. Then I used different primitives for blocking the eyes, nose. Then I'm sculpting more details on the face, like the bunny's lips part. And then after that I will move towards the body. Then again I will start sculpting from the bottom of the body. Means this is your choice. Move at whatever stage, whatever part you want to move. Means if you want to focus on the heads first, you can always go for it, and if you want to focus on body first, then you can sculpt the body first. There is no particular rule to follow that this sculpt has to be done like this. I'm recording this video directly by looking at the video which I have already recorded, so it is basically like a voiceover, and my English is not that good, so bear with me. I will improve my English and the videos will also improve, because yeah, improvement is the part of everyone's life. So my English is little weak, not that weak. Okay, as you can see I am now merging all the subtools of the body subtools. You can see I have merged them. Then I have turned on the Dynamesh option. Dynamesh is like you are combining every polygroup, every shape which you have merged and making it a single subtool, and single subtool with lots of divisions. You can have resolutions. If you are sculpting in Dynamesh, make sure you sculpt in less resolution first, then keep refining the forms, then go to the high resolution. Sometimes beginner artists do this mistake. Make sure to move from less detail to high detail if you are sculpting in Dynamesh. As you can see, I am at 128 resolution and it is already very dense mesh. And if you want to see the wireframe of this mesh, you can always press Shift F button, which will let you see the polygroups and the shaded with wireframe thing. As you can see, I am now correcting the forms by move brush and going to the different subtool, and you can select the different subtools by just holding Alt on the keyboard and clicking on the subtool. Now I'm using inflate brush. Inflate brush is also a very great brush in ZBrush, by which you can see that I'm inflating the borders of the ear, because according to the reference I think the ears are more fluffy, and for making it fluffy I'm making it more round, and the easiest way I can find is by using inflate brush. I can also use clay builder brush and I manually sculpt the volume or the curves. I think inflate brush does a really great job in helping me to do that thing. So I'm creating a mask by holding Control key on the keyboard, and by holding Control key you can activate the masking brush, or you can say mask brush. Wherever the mask is applied, in those part you can't change anything, but if there is no mask you can change the shapes, you can use any brush over to unmasked area. I'm not going for a very detailed model. The inner part of the ear is slightly inward with the outer part of the ear, so for that thing I am using the masking trick. I am using masking trick with the move brush and gizmo also. Then after that I turn on the Dynamesh, then I smooth out the mesh. While doing such type of steps your model get little jagged from the edges, so I used to smooth out it, then clear the forms with other brushes, and by other brushes I mean the damp standard brush. In this case, damp standard brush for making the edges of the inner part more clear. And similarly I am using the masking trick again for the other ear, and I have told you that these two ears are in different subtools, that's why I am able to select these two different subtools separately, and I don't feel like that I will be dynamishing the ears with the body. Making a character for animation and proper rigging purpose involves a lot of steps after sculpting the character, like retopologing the character, then making the UVs and all. But in this example or in this tutorial we are not going to look at the UV process, the retopology process, but in my later videos I will definitely share these points by which you can create a rig friendly or animation friendly model which you can use in games, your own animated shorts, or you can create your models for any advertisement and all. In this case we are just looking at the sculpting process, because ZBrush is for sculpting, for modeling, sculpting, clay builder brush and damp standard brush for making these types of crease, smooth brush holding shift key and smoothing out the mesh, move brush for changing and deforming the forms. Then again I have smoothed it out. Then I am using pinch brush. Pinch brush will give the effect something like this. It will pinch out the gap between the lines. I hope I am making it clear. I am making it clear whatever I am doing in this video. Then again it is dam standard brush. I'm using it for the design, I think design, the stomach part, the stomach design of the bunny. It is there in my reference, so I'm just putting it there. I don't know if there is a part like this and how it should look properly. So I have used dam standard to curve out the lines. Then I am using pinch brush again for reducing the gap between the lines, between the space. Then I will smooth out the whole thing. I just want a little impression of it, not the proper indented line. I think it is looking good. Let's move on to the hands. I will change the shape of the hands a bit because I'm feeling like they are very small. They are very small, so I'm changing it using move brush. And one thing I will also mention in this video, that how you can pose the model which you are sculpting by using masking trick. And you don't have to retopo the model, then after that you can pose the model. Before that you can also pose the model by just using the masking trick. I am masking the hands, then I will blur out the mask by tapping onto the model. By holding control and tapping onto the model, it will blur out the mask edge. Then I will be using the move tool, basically the gizmo tool, by clicking W. Then by holding Alt I have shifted the position of it. Then I am just rotating and moving according to the pose I want for this bunny. Then after that I'm increasing the mask area. Then I will blur it out again. Then I will again activate the gizmo tool. Then I will shape it according to the reference. Also, one of the most important part of this video is the posing part. Whenever you sculpt a character, you make sure that at the time of final rendering you have an image with the character posed. Means you want the character to be in a pose, then you can render out the final image. In this example, for that I am using the masking trick. I have masked out the hands, and by holding control on the keyboard and tapping on the mesh, I am blurring out the mask. Then by gizmo tool I am rotating the arms. I am rotating the hands in non-symmetry mode. I have turned off the symmetry but option. Then after that I am posing the hands of the bunny. Make sure when you pose the model, then after that you can change the shapes and forms which you think that after posing are getting not correct. You can correct those forms. The basic tools are there. I always use basic tools like move brush and smooth brush. They always help me to correct the problems wherever I made them. Then I am again dynamize the model. Then I will smooth it out again. At this point I have decided that I will remove the front shape which I have made earlier. I will remove that part. Here you can see that I am smoothing out the whole stomach area. I don't want that shape. I will color that part. That color will differentiate that shape. Means that color will represent that shape. I don't want that shape in the model. I have smoothed it out. Then Dynamesh, for applying Dynamesh, I am dragging my mouse on the canvas. You can see in my other videos I have used the same tools, but the thing is, in my panda video I haven't told you about posing it. In this video I am telling you about posing it, how references are important, how blocking is very important, because slowly we have to start learning what is sculpting. We have seen that how you can use ZBrush easily, but using a tool easily doesn't make you a good artist. For that you have to know the process, you have to know the sculpting process, you have to know the sketching process. Slowly we will move towards making better sculpts, not getting a better ZBrush artist. We will move towards making better sculpt. And I am again using the same trick for posing the other hand. I am masking the hands, then blurring out the mask, then by Gizmo I am changing the pose of the model. So I am filling out the shapes with clay builder brush, then smoothing it out. This is almost the cleaning part of this sculpt. I will just clean out the problems which I will see while rotating it again and again, because rotating the model is also very important. You have to see it from all the angles for checking out the forms and for seeing that if it is everything is making a good silhouette. You have to check the forms and the volumes by rotating it again and again. And if you see any problem, move brush is always there. You can use it and you can change the major forms by using your move brush. So right now I'm using the same thing. I'm using the move brush and I am changing the shape of the head for making it more cute. I am closing the gap between the eyes for making it more appealing, because the eyes were too far apart. Edge on the starting of the tail. Damp Standard is the best tool for making a edge or a cut or indent. As you can see, I have again used the masking trick. I can do this thing by using the Damp Standard brush, but masking is also a tool. Means there are tools which you can use in different ways. It is not written anywhere that for doing this thing you have to go to this button. In sculpting, you know the basics, then you can sculpt anything just by observing the tools and how you can use those tools. So here you can see I have used the masking brush and the tail is completed. Then I am smoothing out the ears. At final stage I will just merge some subtools together, like both the ears. I will merge both the ears, and body is a single subtool, head is other. So here it is. The model is, I think, complete. So here we are at the end of the video. So the special thing which I was talking about earlier was you can download this model for free on my Gumroad page. The link is in the description. And from now on, I will be providing the models which I will sculpt for the tutorial on my Gumroad page. Make sure to like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you so much.